grab my microphone again. There we go. So we got that far. Sorry about that. I'm trying something different again. And well, I wasn't really trying anything different. It made me try something different. So I went into try to start my restream. I thought I scheduled it. And then, of course, it kicked me out. Then it started the whole thing without me. So I'm not even sure. There it is, live stream. Okay. So just so I can find out if there we go. Yep, I'm here. Let's turn this off. All right. Well, I did all that just to say, all right, it was cold. I didn't see a lot of people riding. All right, that's it. No, seriously though. On 1 second, let me check something else here. Cool. So it's doing it there. I'm just curious if I'm in Facebook also. If it's, yep, it's in there too. And then a new one is Instagram. It said I could stream there today. Don't even know what that entails. I don't know where that would be streaming. I don't know where that comes up. Matter of fact, I can't even look at it to fix it. So I really can't tell if it's even happening. Yeah, I have no idea. Yep, no idea. So if somebody is out there and they're on, if they're out there and they're on Facebook or something, I mean Instagram, and they see it, please let me know because I have no clue if it's working. Let me just jump right in here real quick. It irritates me that I have to do this over and over. It's every time I do a live feature with this new program, I have to go in here and I have to find what I'm looking for. So let's see here. Let's go here. And then I want to bring that over here so I can see what I'm doing here. All right. And then let's go over to hold on one second. I'm looking for I don't know why I've got to do this over and over again to find my saved information. Because what I do is I go out here and I find a bunch of stuff and then I kind of save it. So let's just, before I get into who's doing what grooming wise, I missed something the other day that I kind of wanted to talk about. I don't even know if this thing is true or not, but exploding trees. I saw a couple different things here. Let's watch this. I know this is probably AI. Not sure what the reasoning for that is, but they say the sap in there, I guess, will expand and explode the trees. I don't. And then this was on there too. So if anybody's seen this in real time, I'd like to know about it. I've never heard of this. Never heard of it, but if it's something, or if you've got real evidence of it, I'd like to know. There was a couple videos out there that I was looking at, and the videos were obviously AI. There's so much AI garbage out there, it's hard to tell. But that was something that I had the other night that I never even got a chance to talk about. So, and then another thing I want to hit on real quick is the safety. So this was posted today on Exit 310, and it was from the Keyhole Bar and Grill. Somebody went out there and took a picture, and these people are way out there. I mean, from my experience, this middle section here does not freeze that well. Um, it's I don't know. I can't. I've seen it frozen over, so I'm not gonna say I've never seen it frozen over, but I would still be very leery about getting out here because you're way out there. The water isn't moving underneath there. It's not 100% sure if it's good or not. Even when we do the ice bridge, which I'm looking forward to it, it should be open if it isn't already going from St. Ignace over to Mackinac Island. So I am excited about that and ready to go. But these people here are kind of pushing the envelope, and they're doing this a little way too early. They're way out there. I thought maybe this was an old picture, but this was not. This was I believe it was from earlier about the ice bridge. So they don't really test it. Like people will say, "Hey, have they tested?" They don't really. People ride back and forth. If you go over to St. Ignace and leave from there, you'll see the Christmas trees going across there and people riding across. So that's about as tested as it gets. I don't know that they go out. Maybe somebody might go out there and drill a hole in there, but I don't know that that's common practice. So, yeah, don't look for some. And there's not going to be an official site out there that says it's open. That's not going to happen. Nobody's going to put their name on that. Want to thank all Jordan Valley. They put out a thing, but again, we always want to thank all the volunteers. Jordan Valley went out, did a lot of their grooming today and yesterday. So the trails, from what I understand, everything that I've seen, the trails are just they're all amazing. There's plenty of snow. There's plenty of people out there doing some stuff. There's plenty. The one thing, and I didn't even pull it up here before I started. Let's see if. The one thing I will say is I looked several times on the Trail 7 cam, and I did not see a lot of activity today. I know it was hovering around. At one point, I was given a picture, and it was -3. So, it kind of gives you an idea, but as far as that goes, I mean, it was very cold, so a lot of people kind of, I think they kind of stayed in. Not a lot of people went out and did anything. Let's see. I'm just curious. Yeah, so not a lot of people were out running around. We were looking at the trail cam, and we just we didn't see a lot of activity out there running around. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how to do this. You would think I would get used to it and figure this stuff out, but it is actually a little harder than I thought sometimes. And I have to see that. Why is that not going? And all that did was show the next scene. It didn't show a new scene. But let's scroll down here, and then I'll worry about Trail 7. So I saw them doing some stuff over here. I have to say it over and over again. Join a club. These guys out here, they're cleaning the it looks like they're steam cleaning the groomer. They're getting it ready. A lot of work goes into this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of people out here doing things, and all I can say is they can always use a little bit more help. Maybe you don't want to go out there and drive the groomer for hours. Okay, that's fine. But this stuff right here, there's a guy right now, he's power washing it, getting it all cleaned up, and they might be getting ready to do some maintenance on it. And if you've ever worked in this type of weather, it's very tough to do maintenance on something that's covered in snow. They might just be cleaning it up just to get the, little bit of salt off of it. I don't know, but either way, any little bit helps. Actually, what it says here, thanks to John, for letting us use a use of your warm shop. So they were doing some maintenance. They got it cleaned up, and then they got in there and was able to get it done. So I don't know what they have over there. Indian Inland Lakes or Indian River Snowmobile Club or Grooming Club. I get it mixed up. We have Inland Lake Snowmobile Club, and then we have Indian River Grooming Club. A little bit of and maybe someone else, and I might totally mess this up, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So the way I understand it is, I don't know if the Inland Lake Snowmobile Club was before or after the groomers, but either way, I know that at one point it was the businesses got together and said, look, if we don't start grooming, something's gonna happen. So, or we're not going to get as much business. So the groomers, the businesses got together and they started running. So the Burt Lake Marina, Ty, who ran Burt Lake Marina, he got together with some other people around the area and they started grooming Indian River, the Indian River trails. I remember as a kid showing up there, and the Indian River trails, we would see the groomer and it would be sitting at the DNR and it was always sitting there. And looking back, I thought, oh man, that's cool. It's sitting there. It's there. But the reality is you didn't want to sit there. You wanted to see that thing gone because that meant it was probably out on the trails, grooming the trails. And it was there more than it was out on the trails. And my understanding also is that they didn't, DNR didn't want to pay for them to be out there doing this stuff. So it kind of got messed up. And that's unfortunate, but it was fortunate that some people got together and some of the businesses got together and decided to do some stuff. And that's always good news. So, and it's worked out because the grooming club has done a great job. The trails at Indian River are some of the best trails around. And I'm not just biased because I see it, but they are some of the best trails around, and they're always out there. There's people out there taking care of them, doing what they've got to do, and everything, and so on and so forth. Before I forget, speaking of clubs, one of the reasons we get, I get so excited about joining clubs and telling people, hey, you should join a club. The Inland Lake Snowmobile Club is helping with the Ride for the Blind, and they're doing. We saw a lot of trucks with sleds, trailers on side of the road by Mullet Lake. Quite a few sleds on the railroad grade heading south from there. Okay, yeah, I looked at the Trail 7 cam on and off all day, and I didn't see a lot of movement. So, wasn't sure if maybe it was just too cold and a lot of people decided not to go ride, but I know that was going on. But what I was getting at is, these clubs are out there, they're getting this stuff done, and they're doing the Ride for the Blind on Wednesday the 4th. I had it wrong. I said it wrong. I even put a correction out there, but it's Wednesday the 4th. If you're interested in joining up, if you have a 2-up sled, if you have extra helmets, if you have extra anything really, because some people show up and they don't have everything they should have. So if you have any of that extra stuff, please, get in touch with me. I'll help get you in touch with the right people and get you over there. It'll be Wednesday the 4th, and I believe it starts sometime in the morning, but I could get you a correct time if need be. Again, hit me up, send me a message through Facebook or any of the other social medias, and I'll definitely get you in touch with somebody because it's a good cause. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking right now to see. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Oh, I figured it out. Okay, so the other day I was doing something and I had to. Sorry guys, every day I'm learning how to deal with this, and this thing's got me messed up now. I opened up the Groomer app and now I can't get away from the Groomer app for some reason. Let me see if. That is weird. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but let's try this again. Go in here. This is crazy. This. My computer has got me like locked out, and I can't get into some stuff here. This is. Let's go over here and see if this helps. Starting to snow. Starting to snow on the Trail 7 cam. Well, I'm trying to get the there. While I'm dealing with my technical difficulties, we'll look at the Trail 7 cam here. And I mean, it looks like it's had quite a bit of traffic, so there definitely has been some people out there. It just, I was out here looking all day, and I can actually, yeah, sorry if I seem a little, messed up, but I just, it's been kind of one of those days where I just kind of hung out, was still looking forward to getting back up there and go ride next year or next month. And unfortunately, I got to wait until next month. So I don't know why this thing keeps changing stuff on me. Oh, now you want to go away. Now it wants to stop showing the Groomer app. I think the Groomer app, it works on my computer, but I think it locks up. And then I was trying to look and see who's been out and who hasn't. And it looks like it looks like it locked up again is what it looks like. Gosh darn. This is crazy. I should have just left it alone when it was happy that it was doing that. Trying to get up here and get out of it. Yeah, this is very, very, kind of upsetting about that. Well, let's see if I can get back to what I was doing earlier. No idea what that was. All right. So something happened there. Great. Oh my gosh, this is just very discouraging when I'm sitting here doing this, because I sat here and got all this stuff straight. Share this tab instead. Are you going to do it? All right, it did. This is tough too, because I'm running off of one screen because my one screen locked up. And now as soon as I did that, as soon as I said stop sharing that, it fixed itself. So that's, I don't know. I learned something when I scheduled this earlier. And I those of you that joined later, I scheduled this earlier, and it decided to, I scheduled it, but apparently I'm supposed to schedule it through this app and set everything up, and I did it wrong. So now that I've identified what the problem is, hopefully that won't be a problem again, but we'll see. We'll get back on here. We got some more photos. This is when they were doing the maintenance. So I don't know if anybody from Petoskey's watching, but I joined Petoskey Snowmobile Club today. I went online. You can do it right through their website. It doesn't mean that I'm going to jump ship and leave Inland Lake Snowmobile Club, but I joined just because I thought it'd be kind of fun. So as far as I know, I'm a member. I haven't seen an email yet, but we'll see how it goes. See how they feel about having somebody that's so far away that can't make any meetings, and will only show up every once in a while to a breakfast and maybe buy a hat. Hopefully they're not upset about that. I hope not anyway. Sault Ste. Marie, we're jumping up to the UP. they were out doing some grooming. It looks, it looks really good. I've seen some pictures from the UP. They have so much snow up there, so the riding is going to be excellent. I would imagine it's, with that much snow, it probably is going to take, and if it keeps the temperatures they're going to get, if it keeps up, I would imagine their base is just going to be just solid. It's going to be like a road. But that's good. Sault Ste. Marie, um, Petoskey, they put this out. Well, they shared it from the Michigan Snowmobile and ORV Association. I think I have read this out before, but again, when you're out riding, be prepared, be smart, ride smart, before hitting the trail, always share a detailed itinerary with the. Well, this is kind of messed up. It should be with the spouse. I guess they're reading it. They're trying to say that they're missing something there. Either way, I've never done that. But then again, I don't really ride by myself, so I've never left a detailed itinerary. And based on the name of my YouTube channel and Facebook and everything, The Unplanned Adventure, that kind of gives you an idea that I end up places that I wasn't planning on going to begin with. So, case in point, we went up the road Trail 99, ended up at the bluffs at Black Lake. I wasn't planning on going there. I don't even remember if it was open the last time I went through there. It just happened. We ended up there and it was fun. I did some riding in the scramble area. Wasn't planning on doing that either. Just happened. And we went up a couple hills and got on some back trails that just looked like they looked a little fun. So I went and tried them out. And luckily nothing crazy happened. And the people that followed me didn't end up, somewhere or any issues that, that I have gotten us in. This one right here, even with the GPS on your sled, carry a current paper trail. I do have a trail map I keep in my sled. I will, from experience, this last weekend, my GPS was off. I have the and I didn't get to try the trail. Shoot, let me see. Use Trail Intel and use their map. I should have. And the next time I get up there, I'm going to see how accurate theirs is. I usually use BRP Go just because I have a Skidoo and it hooks right up to it. And I noticed that the trail, when I'm going down the trail, it showed me off the trail. So sometimes it was getting a little crazy because I was like, okay, am I on the wrong thing? Should I be over here? And sometimes it was showing me this and there was a road right there. So it was kind of making me worried that I was on somebody's property or I was on an old trail and now they're using the road as the trail and I'm in the wrong place. I did not want to, because I don't want to get off on, and ride somebody's property. And if it's an old trail, and some of the place was not marked up there as well as, I'm used to. Indian River is marked really well. Stop signs, direction signs, trail signs. You get the trail markers every once in a while. And up there, it just seemed like I was getting those, and then I wouldn't see them for a while. And then a lot of times when I didn't see them for a while, that's when my GPS was getting mixed up, and I was getting kind of worried. I thought, okay, I don't want to ride through somebody's property. And when they get these, when they get okay to use this property for people to use their property, these leases can go in and out over the years. And if they're no longer in that, heaven forbid, you can get in some bigger trouble. Or by riding through their property, if they didn't renew the lease this year and we keep doing it, they're probably not going to renew it next year if somebody goes to them. So that was my only concern. And I noticed my GPS up there was having a lot of issues, but overall it was a good ride. Things were marked. There was a map up there that was on one of the little stops that we went to just outside the scramble area. And that map was, I wouldn't say it was terrible, but it was, it's not the type of map I was used to, and it wasn't labeled. It kind of messed. It was to me, I just didn't like it. That's all. Maybe, if I had a chance to look at it again, knowing what I know now and how it goes, how the trail goes around through there, maybe it wouldn't be such a big deal. But I was thinking, man, this thing does not seem right. It doesn't seem to match up to what I'm looking at on my phone versus what I'm riding. So, and they're talking about all this stuff. I'm not. I think at one time I was part of Michigan Snowmobile and ORV Association. I don't think I renewed my stuff, and I have looked into that. I saw an American association and American Snowmobiles Association. I was going to join that. I sent a message, but I don't see any way of doing that yet. So if I find more information, if anybody's interested, I'll definitely pass it along. But I do, whether you join that, I do recommend that you join a club. Anybody should join a club. Let's see what we got here. Gaylord, Michigan. Okay, so this is put out by Gaylord, Michigan Tourism Bureau, and they showed the area. That was a pretty interesting groomer. I don't think I've seen one of those where it's actually a tractor and it's actually a tractor and they've got tracks in the front and the back. I don't think I've seen one of those in a while. And maybe somebody can help me out. I got a message from somebody and they told me that Gaylord does not have a snowmobile association or snowmobile club in Gaylord at all. And that the groomers are actually ran by a construction company. And when they don't have any, when times are slow, they send their people out to groom, and they're actually getting paid by the company or something like that. I don't know. That's the little bit of gist that I got from it. The person was telling me about this, and I was trying, because they said something, they wish they had a club down there, and I tried to point them in the right direction. I wasn't aware there isn't a club in Gaylord. Being Gaylord is as big as it is, I would have thought they would have something down there, but they don't. And I'd never heard that about the construction company running the groomers. So if somebody from that area is watching, can give me more information, please, by all means, let me know. Making sure that I'm trying to make sure. So the other night I was on here and I could not tell when people were chatting. And then I'm going to put that right there. Okay. So now it's in here. And I couldn't tell when people were chatting. There was like a whole side chat on Facebook that I wasn't aware of. Oh, now it went to swimming. All right. So let's go back here. The breakfast this morning, I heard it was pretty good. This is the only video I saw of it. It was this was early, so it was kind of empty, but based on last weekend, I will say this. These tables back here were not set up. It stopped right here and they filled them up quickly and was overflowing. So this is good. They were anticipating using all these tables, and I hope they did. I hope they got to use all of it. One thing I really missed, I like their hot chocolate machine, and I unfortunately did not get a chance to. I only got one cup of it. I like their hot chocolate machine so much that I went out and bought my own, a smaller scale hot chocolate machine, and it works okay, but it's not as good as that one. That one just I don't know. I like it. Now that I'm in the club, I'm gonna see if I can take it home and clean it or something. Let's see. This person here posted, and I like to put out stuff like this. The groomer posted, and he was talking about etiquette. And basically all it comes down to is if you are following a groomer, I know if you come straight on to a groomer and you see the groomer coming, please make sure that you are you are either going to slow down and stop, or somehow let the groomer pass you, but you're going to have to get over. They cannot get over. They can't get off the trail. They have to stay right where they're at. So find a place. If you see the groomer coming and you see a place that you can kind of get off the trail, I suggest you go ahead and stop there and wait for them. It'll just take a few seconds. Pull over there, let them get past. That way they don't even have to slow down, and then you'll be right back on the trail. And once they're gone, you're going to have some of the best riding you've ever had. This one specifically is talking about people coming up behind him, and he's trying to tell people, when you're coming up behind him, wait until they stop and let you go by. I know from, just riding in a groomer and being around tractors and stuff like this, a lot of times you're focused on what's in front of you because you've got, you've got a you got a bucket out front, you've got different things going on, so you can't be looking all over the place. And if you come up beside them, these groomers have wings on there. They have wings on the side that go down. And if they don't see you and they look back there and then they start to go put that wing down and you decide, hey, I'm going to go past them, that can be a bad day. And that thing will tear your snowmobile up. The other side of it is, and he brought up a good point, is if he's going along and he hits a stump, that stump will kick him out and he'll smack the side of your snowmobile. And if you don't think that's going to do some damage, I'll tell you what, it'll really tear you up quick. Hopefully all it does is damage the snowmobile. It could end up kicking it out and, crushing you up against something, a tree or something. So just, again, wait until they see you, stay back a little bit, wait till they see you. And then, if they don't stop right away, it might be because there's just no place for them. They know that you can safely get around them. So just give it a few minutes, wait till they stop. And then again, then once they get to a spot where they can kind of pull over a little bit, then you go past them and you'll be on your way. Can't say it enough. If you use the groomer app and they're part of the groomer app, you can get on there and you can look and see where that groomer is. So you can kind of plan, and you can even tell which direction they're going. So if you know that, hey, I'm going in the direction of the groomer, if you take off, you're probably going to catch up to them. If they're coming towards you, same thing. And you might be able to say, hey, I see them here. I can get to this road before they get there and turn off and get away from them. Either way works, but just cut them some slack. They're doing it out there for free. They're volunteers, and you don't want to chase them off. Back to Petoskey here. This was groomer Matt and Bethany. They were out riding. Again, someday I'd like to ride in one of these, these piston bully groomers. I think it'd be kind of fun. They definitely have more room than the one I was riding in, but I'd like to check it out. It looks really good. I see them using the front pusher there. I wouldn't really call it, I guess, a blade. I see them using that quite a bit. So it must help, bust it up and make for a better trail, I guess. Not that, Indian River doesn't have that on. They have regular buckets like just any other tractor, and I don't see them do a lot of this. They mainly only use it for when the drifts are real bad. Trail riders, just south of Baldwin, this is south of Traverse City over on that side, and they have a lot of snow. So that's you'd be hard pressed not to find snow somewhere in Michigan to go snowmobiling. So if you've never been snowmobiling, look for something in your area. I know Indian River Power Sports rents them. Go try it out, at least for a day. Maybe you'll really like it, and be something you'll keep doing. Who else we got here? Tequandaman Area Snowmobile Club. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff here, but basically they went out grooming, and again, looks really good. He was out grooming. I assume that's this. He was out. 12 hours ago, and so that would have been, they went out right before dark and then finished up. I don't know if I've been on this trail yet. This one I think is a new one. Walloon Lake Trail 763. I'll have to look and see. But I thought they said that this one was redone. This thing. Trying to get this back up here. But I know these groomers, the people driving these groomers, Indian River, Petoskey, Jordan Valley, all the ones around us there, they really take pride in what they're doing. And you can tell they're really into this. So, pay attention, help them out, do whatever you can to help them out, whether it's, throw a couple bucks towards the clubs, join a club, money goes, some of that money that you use for your club fees go to helping these groomers. So there you go. You get something out of it. You join a club and you're kicking some money towards them doing something. I wanted to show this groomer app again, but unfortunately it keeps having issues. So I'm trying to, it's the weirdest thing. I don't understand. What exactly is going on with it? Let's see. They put anything on here? Let's see if they put anything on here. Nope. Let's see if there's anything new out there right now. Yeah, that looks fun. That looks exciting there. I don't know where that's at. Be interested. I'm not gonna play the sound here. I'd be interested to see I have to watch this video later and just understand what this guy's. I'll be honest with you. I don't see any. To each their own. You guys, whatever you want to do, whoever's on here, if that's what you want to do, have fun. But I don't see anything exciting about this. Enough of the trail, has fun riding these ditches. While that seems like a good idea, I know that there's gas line poles, there's culvert pipes, stumps. There's all kinds of stuff that's in these, and I don't even that does whatever. Yeah, I don't want to make too much fun of them because I think it's kind of whatever. Oh, where's this at? Sled Heads. I think they're out of in Canada. Looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if it looks like the groomer coming towards him. So this is a good video for the groomer. Let's see. It's either a groomer or a snowmobile with a lot of lights on it, but my guess is the groomer. I don't know why they're trying to get side by side here. It's a groomer. So they're coming up on a groomer right here. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they're going to do. I guess it doesn't play far enough. Darn. Well, I was hoping to see, because they basically just get up there. I don't see them doing anything crazy. Stay back here, just follow the groomer, and just give it a little bit of time. But you can see on the sides of this trail here, there is no place for that groomer. There's no place for the snowmobiles to go past, and there's no place for the groomer to do anything. So just relax. Don't forget, they got the The International 500 snowmobile race is coming up. Let's look at the website here. Let's see, when is that? February 1st through the 7th. So it starts next week. So starts next week. And let's see here. Sault Ste. Marie. Huh. I don't know what that was. What's going on there? I'll save that and look at that later. Maybe I can understand. Yeah, no thanks. This guy's out here. I don't know what part of the season this is, but you can see a lot of water on top of that ice. I'll pass. I get a lot of, like I said, I'm getting stuff from Canada. Here's Maine. And it's funny. I got a message from somebody. I believe they were in Maine, and they were saying, "Man, you guys got a lot of snowmobile up there in Indian River." And then I think they got hit pretty good this week, and it just took off. So they've got plenty. Now, see this guy right here. This is what, when I talk about the, hey, stay on the trail. I don't know where he's at exactly, and maybe he knows this area or she knows this area, but this, you're running through this stuff, and when it's been my experience when I see stuff like this. Well, first of all, this could be a tree farm, and now you're out here running over these pine trees that this is their business. So I know that'll be a problem. But when I see a lot of open area like this, especially back in those deep in the woods, a lot of times this is where logging is happening. There's a lot of stuff underneath all of that, and you take the risk of really, really getting messed up out there. And I know somebody will say, "Oh man, that's I'm living on the edge, whatever." But and trust me, if you ride with me at any time or you see my videos, I end up doing some dumb things, but I try to be as reasonable as I can. And running through something like this, wide open, and you hit one of these stumps, you damage your snowmobile. Two, it can be very hard for somebody to get you out of there or get somebody out of there to help you. Just something to think about. I'm not saying, hey, don't have fun, but just use some common sense. And my experience is when I see areas like this, all I ever think about is there's probably a lot of stumps in there, because when they clear cut stuff, they don't clean it up. They just let it go. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me see if it's on. I can't remember if he posted on Inland Lakes or if he posted on. So they went on a ride the other day through the Pigeon Inland Lake Snowmobile Club. They got together. Pigeon is, if you ever get a chance, it's not a groomed trail. It's just a lot of roads. If you have lots of snow, it's the best time to go, because there is some road riding. And if you have lots of snow, you don't have to worry about your carbides as much. But when you get back in there, it's definitely some great riding, because it's, look at this. This is a lot of powder and everything. But I believe one of the guys, I'm trying to find the picture. Oh, it's not. Maybe it's not in this group. There it is. He was riding along. I don't know. I didn't get the full story of what happened, but definitely got something. He rode up on something and it jammed right into his skis, or right into his track. So that abruptly stopped him. They went to Thirsty Sturgeon. Like I said, it looked like a good ride up until that point, but again, you just got to be careful. Being the Pigeon is not a place where they go through and brush or do anything. it's a good ride that you can catch up to some other snowmobile trails on the other side and come out and go to the Elbow Inn. It looks to me like they rode all through the Pigeon and came back up to the other on the other side and just come out to Thirsty Sturgeon. So, but what I was getting at is just you got to be careful riding in some of those areas, and if you get off the trail, it can be a bad day, real quick. Let's see here. Just trying to get an idea if there's anything else. It's Sunday. I got to go back to work tomorrow, so I'm kind of just not really. I'm really curious about this whole yeah, I don't get it. I was trying to get an idea of what happened with the Instagram, because I have no clue what that's doing. And then it looks like I'm live streaming on Rumble right now, and Facebook. Am I live streaming on Facebook? That's the question I have. Let's see. I don't even know where I would be live streaming on Facebook. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Well, yeah, I don't know. I know it was doing it yesterday, and they got plenty of snow up there at Pine Stump Junction. Plenty of snow up there. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I've watched this video about 10 times, wondering if it's AI or not. It's hard to tell. When he jumps out the back here, there is a drone following him, and then he lands. But if you see it, there's another video, and it looks like he's in the middle of already into the living room, and he spins the track, and snow kicks up when he does it. So, but there's a drone following him, so I find it hard to believe that AI would do all that. But it's hard to tell with these AI videos sometimes. Well, he does have the Red Bull ramp. I don't know. Cool. Oh man, where's this at? New Jersey. Huh? Oh, that's just old video of the international. All right, so Facebook was working. All right, I just didn't see where it was at on there, and I was curious. I'm still trying to learn. I if you tried to join initially, when I went on here, I messed up, and I was trying to stream to everything, and I scheduled the stream earlier, but I guess there's another way for me to do it, and I was messing it up. Hopefully I've got it figured out now, and I'll fix that and not go back to it. But I don't know. But before I go, let's look at, where is it? I was looking for the Trail 7. Very, I've been on here several times, and I did not see I did not see anything on here. So hard to tell. I didn't see a whole lot of riding. So, but if people were out there, great. Let's see. Let's check the. Let's look at Antrim. I haven't looked at Antrim. They're kind of hit or miss on putting stuff on here as far as they don't seem to put as much on Facebook, and I always forget about them. I really wish there was a way. I need to look on Facebook. I wish there was a way for me just to keep all of the clubs that I want to look at, so I'm not going back and forth. Hold on one second. I'm gonna check and see if this trail cam's on here, and then I'm gonna switch over so you guys. Oh wow, look at this. Check this out. That's down in Antrim. I know it's a lot of drift right there, but you know, they got 16 inches on the little snow gauge there. It probably is a little drifted, but I don't know. It looks like they might have quite a bit. And then you know what? Before we go, I want to check something. I want to see if anybody's done this before. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can find. I gotta look on. I think it's let's see, bridge. I don't know how loud that is. I'm sorry if it's too loud. Let's see. I saw something. I can't remember exactly where this bridge is. I know it's south of Gaylord, and it seems to go. It seems like it goes under a. It seems like it goes under another bridge, and I'm looking for it. So a couple places I would love to ride. I believe this is it right here. Let me see. No, this is UP, but it looks like the bridge looks a lot like this, but this says it's in the UP. And Portage Lake Bridge, not yet open to snowmobile crossing, but I could have swore somebody put one on there the other day, and it was south of Gaylord, and it looked a lot like this. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, or maybe maybe somebody posted this bridge, and that's just what it is. Maybe I'm in the wrong one. Well, no, because it said right here. This is it. It said Houghton Lake, or however you say that, but I believe this is wrong. I think they had the wrong place. They thought it was because there's Houghton Lake, and then there's and I think I'm saying that Houghton Lake, yeah. So there's Houghton, and then there's Houghton Lake, and the lake is actually south of Gaylord, but the town is up in the UP. And I think somebody put the wrong thing in there and posted the wrong. Because if that bridge is up there in the UP, I find it hard to believe they have another one just like it. I find it hard to believe they have another one just like it down south too. I don't know what that is, man. That's crazy. Oh, this is Vermont. Yeah, I get Vermont stuff too. Oh, that's crazy. Doesn't say what that is. A covered bridge north of Troy. Piece of history gone. A snowmobile caught fire on the bridge. Sad, sad day. Well, that happened in February of 2021. So a snowmobile caught fire in the bridge as it was going across there. So if anybody knows, but I saw something that was pretty cool, and let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find This is the other thing that was kind of cool. Gosh darn it. I'll learn how to type. So up by it was in the UP. I have to see if I can find it. But in the UP, they were, I should have saved this, but this just come up now. I just thought about this. In the UP, they have like this whole snowmobile trail that goes through ghost towns in the UP up by, I believe it's Ironwood is the area. So I don't know. It looked pretty interesting. I'd like to go check that out. But that's like another 5-hour drive after I get, drive my 16 to 20 hours just to get to Indian River. That's another 5-hour drive pulling snowmobiles just to get to the next to this area that's up there. I don't see it, but somebody posted a while back and I saw it and I thought, man, that'd be kind of neat. Well, they got their little kid haulers. They're going to put their kids in the back of there. Oh, right. Well, I got on here a little late. I apologize, but at the same time, I did learn something today. I learned that anybody that's interested in doing this kind of stuff. So I was in here trying to start my live feed, and I guess I made it this RTMP, which is when you're trying to use a secondary program to use this instead of using just this program itself. And I had a hard time. So now I think I've got it fixed. So we'll now I know what I'm doing. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, I'll be back on here. I think I'm going to aim for Thursday night at 7:30 to give, and I might even do something Wednesday. I'm not available Monday night, and I'm not sure about but I might try and do something quick on Wednesday just to talk about the conditions, and I'll definitely do like an hour live stream on Thursday to talk about the conditions to give people plenty of time to make decisions on whether or not they want to make the trek up to northern Michigan for to go snowmobiling. The crazy thing is a lot of people don't even have to go that far right now. I know there's plenty of snow I've seen as far down as Columbus, Ohio has got tons of snow. So, the worry of somebody having to run and jump in the car and drive 8 hours to go to northern Michigan, they don't really have to do that. I don't know what the trail system's like in mid Ohio, and whether or not they have groomers and stuff like that, but they definitely have plenty of snow. So, I mean, that's the hardest thing. The grooming part's the secondary part, but the hardest thing is having enough snow. Definitely good conditions this year. But other than that, it's let me get back over here. I appreciate everybody that was on tonight, sticking with me even when I mess this stuff up. And I plan to be, like I said, I think I've got this figured out. I'm going to try and schedule something, and I may do an impromptu one Wednesday, but I definitely will be on here. I'm going to aim for Thursday. Let's say Thursday at 7:30. So if you're interested, please come back. Other than that, have a good week. Ride safe.